Welcome back, everybody. It's E3 2019. Day number 2 is well underway. My name is Jump, of course, here with Andrew Renee, who is going to be joining us in just a little bit. And it is now time to take the stage with some multiplayer action. We've got a delightful opportunity to do 2 individuals from Ubisoft Montreal. We've got Luke, the producer, and Gautier.
Well, you got it.
My French is just not good. Creative director. We've got roller champions, and we've had some playable demos alive. Gentlemen, how are you doing today?
Great.
Pretty good. We have a playable demo that is available now. It's going to be available for another 2 days. We're very excited to see what the players come up with, actually. So E3 has been good. It's a pretty nice show, and so far...
My only regret is I'm not at home playing with the online community.
Yeah, the more that you're sitting down on this couch, the less gameplay you're actually getting right now. So for those of us that are out there that might not be as familiar with Roller Champions, what is it and what can we expect from the game?
Well, we looked at all the new way we play. We not only play at home alone, we compete really hard, we watch, we cast, we stream, and we wanted to make a game as a show. And we thought the best way for us to make a game as a show was to create a sport, because a sport is typically a game as a show. So that's what it is.
It blends the gaming culture and the spectacle culture together. So you have people can watch it, and the game is made to be, it's a 3v3. You go, you have an arena, it's a circle, so you race around the arena. You have a ball, so the team has to grab the ball, and they have to complete a full lap.
So when I first saw that this game came out, it was actually shortly, or the game that this was coming, it was actually shortly after the movie Alita Battle Angel came out. Not sure if you're familiar with that, but there's a huge aspect of this kind of roller derby with the ball and a goal sort of situation. I was like, wow, that'd be really cool. And then it was if on cue, I saw that Roller Champions was a thing. Now, this is a game, of course, that is high intensity. You know, you're tackling people, you're knocking people down. What was some of the inspirations behind some of this outside of the fact of just making some sort of spectacle, as you said?
Yeah, it's a mix of a lot of sports, roller derby, as you mentioned, but also basketball, football, some rollerball, some. It's a mix, a melting pot of a lot of sports and a lot of cultures too.
Now, this game, of course, you have to go around the map, you have to charge up the goal onto this, and there's a lot of players that are playing this right now. What are some of the basic fundamentals mechanically that you feel like players need to know before they hop into this game?
Well, definitely the pumping. The pumping is crazy when you manage how to use it. It's you press the left button and you bend your knees and do it only down a slope, and you will gain momentum. But there's much more depth in it. As soon as you don't go down anymore, release it and you will get a little boost. Don't accelerate every time.
Also, there's the draft. So if you're following someone, you're going to get into a draft, and then you're going to be able to reach him at one point just by following him.
You can use your teammate draft to get it.
Yeah, in any sport game that requires obviously more than one person, you have kind of different positions. Basketball, you've got a point guard, you've got a center, you've got a forward. Are there different positions that you feel like players are more apt to play when you actually start figuring out how to get those synergies together?
Yeah, it's really a game about skill and how the player express them skills. I watched a live game yesterday at my room hotel, and I saw a team of two guys playing ranked, playing really competitive, and they recruited a good defender. In the opposite team, there was a very good defender, but the guy jumped every time they shoot at the goal. He jumped and intercepted in mid-air the ball. It was crazy, and they told him, "Hey, come on Discord and come join us." And a team was born.
Yep. So now you've got positioned in this game. You've got some of these core mechanics as far as, but multiplayer functionality obviously is going to be a huge aspect of this. Do you guys see some sort of competitive ranked mode once this game does release, and you actually start to see this ranked play as a possibility?
Well, we actually opened the pre-alpha for that. We're actually
Okay.
looking into it. So the E3 demo is really early in development, and what we wanted to make, what we wanted to do was to have the players having hands-on on it and understand what we were going for, and then we have the forum that is open. So the feedback is going to come from the players, and we're going to listen to that when we go back home. And as the demo is going to be done, we still have 2 days left, so it's time to go to Uplay PC, download it, and play it, and tell us what you think.
And it's not in the game menu, but we have a leaderboard, and we already have top 10 players. You can watch it on the official website.
How do you rank on that top 10
on
leaderboard?
it's MMR stuff.
How do you rank on that leaderboard? I know that you say you try to play this a lot. Or do you feel like that you can match up with some of the players in the online community?
no.
Definitely not.
No.
We've already been.
No, it just doesn't work.
Our
yeah.
best player on the dev team already been beaten by some of the
Really?
players that are playing it.
The game I was watching yesterday was crazy.
It's very nice to see because we made this game, we played this game for a year now. Since the prototype, it was not as nice looking at that, but it was still the same feeling. And to see other players doing what they're doing, you know, I saw a very crazy goal. The guy jumped on the wall and then waited and then throw the ball through the hoop. That was amazing. Just that, thanks for the players that are playing it, and hopefully more players are going to join because that's a very, very high, fast-paced game. Very excited.
The game I watched yesterday was crazy. They were flying all around at very high speed, and I was happy because in the design I wanted the game to be also like a dogfight, plain dogfight, when you always exchanging energy versus altitude and altitude versus speed.
Yeah.
And sometimes they go back front to front, but up, looping to get back. It's a dogfight, plain dogfight.
Now, feedback and the community connection is something that Ubisoft Montreal has had at the forefront for a very long time. I know that multiple aspects and multiple games that you guys have pumped out of your studio have really cared about the community feedback. What sort of things have you guys learned already that you feel like have been very beneficial for you in this game now that you're getting these players getting playtime?
Well, but we want to make a game that is we want to craft the really core gameplay of what you see here, and to easy to learn, hard to master is easy to say and hard to do.
Of course, easier said than done.
So the best way to do it is to make the players play as soon as we can, and this is what we see and know what we do right now, and we will hear and listen and read and not play with all of them because I will get my ass kicked. But
yeah, we wanted them to try it, to do crazy stuff, and then from that we're going to learn new tricks that we can implement on it. So this is what we're looking for. So far, everybody that has been playing it are cheering, yelling, they're having fun, even though it's their first game. So for us, it was really important to have an easy way to, when you get in the game, even though you just start skating, you have fun just doing that. And from the players that have been playing for a long time, for the past 2 days, we've seen some move that nobody on the team has ever been doing.
So what we learned from the community actually is don't be afraid to make them play really early, even if the game, you know, it's a pre-alpha. So.
Yeah. Now, obviously, in any sort of game where you have this kind of third-person perspective and you're going across, everybody wants to look cool. Are you guys planning on, and I know this might be a stretch question, but are you guys planning on finding ways to add cosmetics into the game and ways to kind of deck out your character?
Well, it's not a secret because in the game menu right now you have a customization tab, which is, so yes, you will be able to be unique. And I have to say, at Ubisoft, we like diversity, and diversity for me was not only a question of gender. It's also, you can see in this game, there are some more chubby shape, or really tall and thin like me.
Yeah, strong.
And it was and it's technically a challenge, but I wanted this to be in the game as soon as the pre-alpha.
What was it like within the studio when you guys kind of worked together? I know you said you two have been working together, what, 8 years now?
8 years
or
with
something
Gauthier,
like
yeah.
that. What was it like when you had that opportunity to go to the studio and say, hey, look, we want to make this game. We want to make this kind of casual competitive title where you get that chance to have fun, roller skate around, and make something simplistic.
Well, this game has been playable from the day one. So the first thing we did was to have a prototype, and then we have some of our top executives play the game. And they saw the potential from there, and that's how the game got started.
It was a really rough prototype.
Yeah,
But,
it was really rough.
But the cool thing with this kind of game is you can do a prototype with balls rolling. I won't say it's easy to make it fun, but it's easy to make it run. So with about 4 people, we made a prototype.
Yep.
5 people.
So now the scoring system, of course, you charge up your goal, you get the extra
Yep.
points. Where did you guys land, or how did you guys land on this kind of magical number 5, where getting to 5 points, whereas some other games it's more of a time limit and whoever has more points at the end. But for this, you guys, it ends at 5. It keeps it simple. It keeps it concise.
We wanted really, as I said, it's a game as a show. We want it as a show, and we wanted drama. We wanted players to be able to turn the tide in less than 20 seconds, and that's what it is. And also one of the big inspiration is I love arcade and pinballs, and lighting stuff is something really rewarding when you play pinball. Just the fact you like the stuff, it's a reward in itself, even if you don't score any
And
points.
also, we wanted to make it even for everybody. So even though you're led 4-0, you still have a chance to make 3 laps and then score a 5-pointer and win the game.
The underdog has a chance.
Yes,
Right.
all the time.
So every time I'm losing 4-0, I can win,
Yes.
but I'm probably not going to do so.
You can win a game of World Champion in 1 goal, scoring 1 goal of 5 points, because the first team to 5 points wins. And to do this, good players, really fast players that do long passes can do this in less than 20 seconds. I don't know exactly how many, but less than 20
Some of those players on that top 10 leaderboard are definitely
Yes.
capable of.
But also you can lose a game in less than 20 seconds.
True. All right. Well, now I know that I'm going to have a record on somebody when I go to boot it up again. All right. You said people can play now. How much longer they can play? You said 2 days,
They
right?
only have 2 days. So we're, on June 14th, we're going to shut the server
So
down.
come now, because it will be too late in today.
And then the game will be planning on a release date, you said early 2020. Is that what
Yes.
we're thinking right now?
Exactly.
All right. Well, guys, make sure you get into it. Thank you both so much for coming and
Thank
hanging
you.
out with us. We're going to take
Thank you,
ourselves a
guys.
short break. When we get back, more interviews, more creator action here for Facebook Gaming at E3.